It's me. It's your girl, the real deal, LENITA Skills Reaction Channel. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal? What's up? What's going on with y'all? Y'all know y'all got it going on. Stay positive now and stay cool now. I gotta go to the grocery store. What y'all got to do today? But look, y'all, I wanted to come in here for a minute and I took it back with Henry Dinkins. See, I don't know too much about Mr. Henry Dinkins just through the trials when I first took over the case. Okay, now, when it came down to uh, Henry, I noticed something that he, the suspect in Breasia Terrell murder, had been paroled weeks earlier. He had, before this happened to Breasia, he had been paroled weeks earlier. So why is he got kids over his house anyway? Oh boy, this girl is crazy. So I want to get into something, y'all. And this happened, this is not me making it up, but back in 2020 during the pandemic, the law granted an early release from prison. He had an early release from prison, y'all, to a repeat offender just months before he allegedly kidnapped and killed 10-year-old girl, Breasia. Listen to what I'm just saying. Now, the family had to know about Henry Dinkins' condition, okay? It's just, I'm reading this, okay? It said that Lorwa granted an early release from prison to a repeat offender. He's a repeat offender, okay? Just months before allegedly kidnapped and killed a 10-year-old girl, according to parole documents released that Tuesday. This okay. The Iowa Board of Parole granted Henry Dinkins parole from a Davenport minimum security residential facility in March of 2020, determining he was able and willing to fulfill the obligation of a law-abiding citizen. There is a recent possibility that you can be released without detriment to the community or yourself. According to the parole order signed by the board chair, Helen Miller, that Associate Press obtained under the open record laws, less than 4 months after his parole. Listen, y'all. Less than 4 months after his parole, Dinkins, a registered SO with a history of violent and reckless behavior, allegedly kidnapped Breasia Terrell from a Davenport apartment complex, shot her to death, and hid her body in a rural eastern Iowa. Did y'all hear that? I'm not making this up, real deal. At the time he was granted parole, Dinkins at that time was 48, not 51, was awaiting trial on felony charges in Illinois of possession of methamphetamine and amphetamine with intents of deliver stemming from a April of 2019 traffic stop. It's unclear whether law authority took that into consideration. So what the judge took the judge so long is he is taking everything, all his charges on everything in consideration. So while y'all saying what's taking him so long, look, he got to go back on his other charges. Okay. Breasia was the half sister Dinkins' son, and investigators said both children were staying the night with him at an apartment where he was living with a girlfriend. He trying to claim that's not his girlfriend, okay? The girl's July disappearance prompted a months-long search that ended March when two people fishing near DeWitt discovered her remains in a pond. Dinkins is charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping, each of which carry a possible life term. A public defender representing him didn't immediately return a phone message seeking comment. Dinkins is set to be arraigned next month, which that's what he been doing now. Lower board parole records detail Dinkins' criminal history. Son LENITA, he received along the way even as he committed crime after crime. See, them kids didn't need to be around Henry Dinkins, period. She could have let him come over there and see them sitting right there in front of the door, but not go nowhere. I can't tell nobody what to do. He had been in and out of prison and correctional program since 1990. When he was convicted of third-degree abuse of a child when he was 17. Not none of her kids. It said, let me read it again. He had been in and out of prison and correctional program since 1990. When he was convicted of third-degree abuse of a child when he was 17 and required to register as a SO. He had been arrested and cited dozens of times on charges that include violating SO registered requirements, assault while displaying a dangerous weapon, domestic DV. Wow, come on, Henry. Henry got plenty of charges here, y'all. You don't even supposed to have no. This is not supposed to happen. Let me read this again. He been arrested and cited dozens of times on charges that include violating SO registered requirements, assault while displaying a dangerous weapon, domestic violation. DV, drug possession, theft, and including a 2009 murder charge was dropped after police said he was a witness, not the killer. His most recent return to prison stemmed him a March 2019 arrest, in which he was allegedly high on crack and crashed into a Davenport yard while trying to flee from police. It was at least his fifth arrest for operating while intoxicated since 2007. Officer used a stun gun and pepper spray to seduce him after he crashed his car while on cocaine. In 2011, he allegedly caused an accident involving multiple semi-trailers and cars while he drove the wrong way on the Interstate 80 while intoxicated. In another incident that year, he drove 90 miles per hour while high through a residential area while children was playing with his SUV engine later exploding. Days after March 2019, OWI, he was arrested while allegedly in possession of more than 900 grams of meth and 200 grams of amphetamine, Bureau County, Illinois. He was released from jail after posting a $100,000 bond. Judge Joy Barrows sentenced Dinkins to up to 5 years in prison in October 2019 for the OWI and buried him from driving for 6 years. Records show Dinkins served 60 days before he was transferred to the minimum security Davenport residential facility. I see what's going on here. We got to do better as women. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to see why I stopped. But just listening to all of this, Henry has a bad record. It's not a good record, and I'm not going to, hold on, y'all. I'm not going to make it be cute when it's not cute. It's not a good record at all. I mean, I see why the judge taking long to convict him. It's a lot going on here. It's a lot going on with Henry. Henry not even supposed to be around no kids. And Henry know this. What y'all think about that? What y'all just heard, real deal. This is terrible. I'll be back with part 2. I'm out.